In case you were wondering, what more could big tech possibly do to manipulate social media and the search results in order to promote the liberal agenda and silence conservatives and dump basic facts down the memory hole as the election is rapidly approaching? Well, now you'll know. YouTube just quietly updated their terms of service, noting that they were going to be, quote, removing content that contains hacked information, the disclosure of which may interfere with the democratic processes, such as elections and censuses. For example, videos that contain hacked information about a political candidate shared with the intent to interfere with an election. I know you're thinking that can't possibly mean what you're thinking, but it does. If somebody leaks Kamala Harris's emails or anybody on the Joe Biden campaign's emails to WikiLeaks this year, then nobody on YouTube will be able to even talk about it. Because YouTube is deemed knowing that very information to be interfering with the election. Remember what happened last time around when Fredo said that you and I can't read Hillary Clinton's campaign emails, but it's different for the media.
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
You know, 2/3 or more of the public knows that Hillary Clinton's a liar. She can't be trusted. And now the two faces of Hillary Clinton are coming out. The fact through WikiLeaks that she says one thing and
Oh, no.
Oh yes, we can trust CNN. That's their trademarked slogan after all. This level of Orwellian censorship was unheard of during the last election, but now YouTube regularly engages in it and even removes videos of United States senators who ask questions about what led to the impeachment of President Trump. Not to mention potential medical advances like the promotional video for the Heal Light after President Trump said that he hoped it could help coronavirus patients. And of course, you're not allowed to doubt the World Health Organization, or those videos will get dumped down the memory hole. Doctors aren't even allowed to suggest that maybe businesses should be allowed to open. Of course, if President Trump's taxes got leaked as an October surprise, YouTube would allow those videos to stay. But nothing unflattering about old Joe and Kamala. And it appears that Joe Biden's team was spending the weeks leading up to him announcing that she was his successor, cleaning up her Wikipedia page to dump any unflattering elements down the memory hole. And it appears that monitoring the number of edits to a potential VP pick in the 30 days before the announcement may be the best indicator of who is actually going to get chosen. 3 weeks before the big announcement, Kamala Harris's page had 408 edits, Stacey Abrams' page had just 66, Elizabeth Warren 22, and Amy Klobuchar had 4. The same thing happened back in 2016 when Senator Tim Kaine's Wikipedia page had way more edits than anyone else who was potentially going to be chosen as Hillary Clinton's vice presidential pick. Obviously, the campaigns want to polish up those Wikipedia pages the best they can before the big reveal. Oh, and by the way, Kamala Harris's former press secretary now is an executive at Twitter and was personally responsible for censoring a clip of President Trump from the Trump campaign Twitter account of an appearance of his on Fox and Friends. He decided it violated their terms of service. You may recall that earlier during her presidential campaign, she sent a letter to Twitter demanding that they ban President Trump.
That he frankly his Twitter account should be suspended. And so the privilege of using those words in that way should probably be taken from him.
And let me also remind you that 10 years ago, during the 2010 midterm elections, Facebook did a secret experiment to see if they could increase voter turnout in certain areas. They added a little notification in a few million people's feeds that indicated that some of their friends had voted in order to create peer pressure to encourage others to get out and vote. They estimate that they were able to increase voter turnout by about 340,000 people. And we only learned of the secret experiment a few years later. So imagine what they could do this time around by putting that same notification in the feeds of people who lean Democrat and happen to live in swing districts. Of course, Republican members of Congress should be questioning Mark Zuckerberg about this and raising these issues, not just some guy in his kitchen on a laptop, but they're either complete morons or they're bought and paid for. And of course, I covered this all in detail 3 years ago in my book, The True Story of Fake News, but hey, what do I know? I mean, I am the only person in all of alternative media who has covered the Sun Valley Conference, which is basically like the Bilderberg Group meeting, but for big tech. And that's where they cut all the big deals, that's where they agree on the terms of service, that's where everything goes down. But Ted Cruz is too busy trying to be a YouTuber himself, so he can't bother with what big tech is actually doing. Doing things like Reddit banning the Donald, the giant messaging board dedicated to President Trump. Some people were posting hate speech. But of course, Antifa is allowed on Reddit to plan their Marxist revolution. And maybe I'll talk about Google's strange search results another time, like when you do an image search for happy white American couple. Well, would you look at that? Let's try happy black American couple. Oh, wow, it's actually happy black American couples. But the happy white American couples need diversity. It's time to start paying attention and spreading the word, because the day that will determine America's fate is rapidly approaching. And if you want to help spread the word, support my channel, and get an awesome shirt, head on over to my online store, markdice.com, and get yourself an Abraham Lincoln Trump shirt, a Ronald Reagan Donald Trump shirt, a JFK Trump shirt, or any of my awesome designs, all available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.